It's 9 o'clock, where are we going for the night? Please do all the preparation before 12 o'clock. We have to take it somewhere between 12:30 and 3:30. Never leave each other alone no matter what. We have to leave between 12:30 and 3:30. We have to search for Rahul at that very moment. Rahul joined the team and went to every room. We'll raise voice against what is wrong with us at any cost. I will not call any of my friends. And this is the most important thing for all of us. The first thing you have to remember in your mind is, we have to find out how much money is there in this bungalow. How many rooms do we have inside each room? Go and break on the windows of the room. The glass has to be closed completely, and then coming back to the hall is another matter. We have completely closed those rooms. Remembering everyone after 12:30 p.m. Have to go to each room again and there. Have to light a candle, and most of all, important thing, any closed dark room. If someone calls you from a dark place, if he gives, then understand that he is our friend. No, the author of this story is Sanjay Kamble. All the friends had completed the preparation, Sachin. Gathered complete information about the bungalow. Leah Tool had collected the necessary things. They have to leave for those places as soon as the sun sets. Sachin's car was at Sunaina's place at the given time. Reached home looking at the car from the gallery. Sunaina waved after seeing her mother, and sat in the car. Everyone had told lies at home, that they are going to the city for training. Slowly getting out of the way of traffic. His car was moving forward in a short time, leaving behind the hustle and bustle of the city. There. The car started running on the deserted road. There was a strange tension on anyone's face. Didn't know what was going to happen next night, in that desolate forest amidst the dense darkness of... His car was moving slowly on the road. Everything was in the yellow headlights of the car. It was clearly visible that it was autumn season, due to dry leaves falling from trees. The ground was completely covered with no leaves. Tree-like bone structure becomes human. Looked like the body of a car. That area in the headlight strikes fear in the heart. I was moving forward like a tortoise on that unpaved road. The wheels of the moving car stopped at one place, but the engine of the car was still starting at night. The sound of a car engine in the wilderness, like the sound of a forest. She was making too much noise in the silence. Vivek looked out the window with fearful eyes. I see maybe he had reached his destination. Green color inside the car on the left side of the steering wheel. In a digital clock that shines with light. 8:15 minutes had passed in that car. Nobody was sitting inside quietly. The engine of the car was not talking to, was still vibrating while sitting in the car. Each one with his heart beating faster. Always felt the sound of breathing. To have a lot of fun in the city. Those friends throughout their lives. Never felt such eerie silence. Did it while sitting inside the car with the doors closed. But everyone is outside through the glass window. I was looking at the black darkness for a while. That silence continued till then. Listen to Vivek Atul. Are you guys really ready now? This joke was going on till the arrow came out of the bow. It's over, brother. Look what will happen there, Rahul. Will you be able to find it or something like that with us too? I don't know, that's why I'm asking. Because we decided to come here during the day. Vivek's face was scared in the light. Looking towards Adil said, see Vivek, if you are scared, then don't come, Vivek. My heart was still worried whether to go or not. But Sunaina, Sachin, Atul is the same old tonight. With his friend Rahul at night in the bungalow. We're determined to find. A bird walking through dense bushes. Road and that haunted bungalow just a short distance away. Due to it being quite old inside the bungalow. There was no facility of light, hence every took with him 2 lighters and a matchbox. The box contained a box containing 4 torches. And there were several dozen bombs. Everyone got down from the car and looking at each other down the dirt road. But started walking towards the bungalow today, probably on the new moon day. It was night. The stars shined like this in the black sky. He was as if he was lying on the ground. Every wall of the bungalow was looking at the water. Fear on their mind even before reaching inside. Was dominating, and the reason for that was from the forest. The beautiful sounds of wild animals. The strange behavior of many wolves in the same forest. The voice that pierces the silence of the night. The scared eyes of all the friends started echoing far and wide, looking forward from. Started walking on the ground with every step. Scattered dry leaves taste crushed with sound. Just then, Vivek moved his hand forward. Vivek stopped everyone. What happened? Pointing him to look down at the ground, Sunaina said, "Turn on the mobile torch." While doing so, it cast light on the ground, and as if its heart beat like thunder in torchlight, relaxing in the middle of a big black snake. I was staring at that long black snake. Everyone's footsteps stopped at one place on the ground, and that snake lay towards the torchlight. All my friends stood silently and saw that snake. The torch was watching each and every movement of the person for some time. After looking towards the light, heaved loudly. While spinning, he threw his poison towards the light. Everyone took 2 steps back out of fear after seeing the scene. When he moved away, the snake rustled and fell on the ground. Disappeared somewhere in the forest among the dry leaves. "Done looking at my 3 friends," Vivek said in a slightly frightened voice. "We have received the first warning that don't go in with your conscience in mind." Sunaina said, "This is really the key of the car. If you are scared, then you can go. We will manage, and yes, if picnic somewhere. If you plan to go to celebrate, then you should definitely do so. We'll tell Sunaina that this thing is good for Vivek." "I don't think you're joking, friend." Vivek was the voice and listened to the mobile's torch. "Stop using this torch," while saying. Sachin passed his long torch to Sunaina. "D and friend's voice is not very loud, huh?" Everyone looked at him and gestured with their necks. Started walking in the darkness of the night. The view of that bungalow in front fills the heart with fear. Was creating all the friends in my hands. The light of the torch was taken all around the bungalow. All the elders of that bungalow started moving forward. We're standing outside the door, but no one has the courage to push inwards. Everyone was thinking about going inside. Or, no, we all should think once again. Still thinking, now the question of retreating. "A tool is not born," said in that cell voice, but the words of both. Even after listening, Sunaina closed her eyes, ignoring it. While closing, took a deep breath and a little. Gather courage and pushed the door inwards. That dark, dense darkness inside the bungalow. Door-sized lights on the ground. Sunaina got spread and took the first step inside the bungalow. And the 3 friends followed him. "It's 9 o'clock already, let's go where we are," Atul said, looking at everyone. After listening to this, Vivek said from 12 at night, "First, we have to make complete preparations 12:30. In any case, between 3:30 and 3:30. Wisdom is not to leave others alone." As soon as the conversation ended, Sunaina said from 12:30, "We have to find Rahul between 3:30. At the same time, we became a team of 2. We'll go into the room and call Rahul wrong. We should not hesitate to contact any of our partners under any circumstances. Do not have to raise your voice, and this is the most. We all remember this important thing in our mind. Everyone should listen to Sachin's voice and keep it." Started looking towards the side, meaning Vivek asked, and Sachin, looking at the seriousness on the faces of all 3, said to the first thing we have to find out. "How many rooms are there in this bungalow? Go inside the room and broken glass on windows completely closed, and then come back to this hall. Secondly, all the rooms we have completely. Remembering them all, we have closed it at 12:30 in the night. After o'clock, I have to go to each room again. And there has to be light by lighting a candle, and the most important thing is to stop any darkness. If someone comes from the room or an empty dark place, if he calls you, then understand that he is not our friend." After listening to Sachin, all 3 friends lost their face. Friend, remember every word of Sachin very well. Everyone's colorful faces were coming into my mind. Looking towards Sachin again, started speaking. "You also go to light a candle inside the room. You are the first to be at the door of that room. You can see this while standing outside. To confirm that there is no sound from within, or if no sound is felt inside the room. If we hear some strange sound, then to leave the room means that we also go inside the room first. Any noise or sound of any kind from within. You are not coming. You definitely need to take stock of it. It is true only if there is silence inside the room. Open the door and light a candle there. The room I left after lighting up. I went out of that room and heard that sound again. Try to listen if there is silence. So open the door and give us light there too. There is one thing we need to keep in mind. Do not raise your voice, all Sachin's friends, one by one.
Man, I was listening to this with bated breath.
You can't tell before you get here. If I had told you earlier, then it would have been fun. You forgot everything before I came here. That's it. Now don't scare me anyway. Vivek is badly torn while speaking and started moving the torchlight here and there. First, we should close all the windows and doors of the house. Have to do with broken windows. Is there paper or something like that? Will have to be closed using. The light inside cannot go out or out. The darkness should not be visible. You are right, Sachin. Let us do this first thing with discretion. Atul Dodo's team with Sunaina Sachin. The 4 friends in the door and window of the house. Bungalow set out to close for many years. Walls discolored due to closure. Spiderwebs were visible everywhere. Sunaina and Vivek were white with torch. Every lower part of the house in light. Started checking the room and found windows at many places. They brought broken glass in the bag. Removed newspapers and paper tape. Atul and others started covering the windows. Sachin went to the second floor and opened the doors and started covering the broken glass of the window. The bungalow was quite big. Each room was. Checked again in the meantime their lot. The time had almost passed. By 11:30 everyone was back in the hall, the one who stood in the middle and closed the room, and is giving information about that room. That's when Sachin said, I haven't forgotten anything. If you liked this story, then let us know. Please subscribe our ANF page and follow and subscribe friends.